Well, how's everybody doing tonight, my internet friends? You know, today I was thinking about patriotism and what it means to be a patriot. So what I did was I Googled it. I looked up patriot, and the definition I got for Google was this: a person who loves, supports, and defends their country and its interests. It involves national loyalty, devotion to a country's welfare, and often a commitment to improving it through civic engagement. So, in other words, a patriot is someone who is an activist for their country because they love their country. Um, and also, I was very curious as to if a patriot gives a crap about the people in the country. And so I looked that also. Excuse me, can't talk. I also looked that up, and it does. It includes caring about the people of your country, and it doesn't give a specific subset of people. Okay, in other words, oh, I only care about white people. I only care about black people. Just people. It, you care about the people in your country. So there's that. And then I was also wondering about, like, Republicans in Congress, if they're putting party over country, or if they're putting country over party. And I didn't have to look that up, because all anyone has to do is watch the news. And, well, the GOP, in today's GOP, they put their party above country all the time. And it's not necessarily just their party over country. It's the wealthy GOP donors that they put over the country and over the people all the time. And that's obvious. I mean, the one big beautiful bill, I can't talk, sorry. But the one big beautiful bill, which did nothing for average John and Jane Q. public, okay? It helped the shit out of rich people, cutting their taxes again, because that's all they care about, is cutting taxes for the ultra wealthy, for corporations. And I've talked about this before. It's nauseating, is what it is. And people always talk about how there's no daylight between a Democrat and a Republican. Kind of disagree with that. Some Democrats are like that, but honestly, Democrats, when they run for public office, they're more concerned about, and they're running for, the people, the constituents, the districts that they're going to serve. They want to know what they can do to make the average American's life better. And Bernie Sanders is a major example of that. Universal health care, which is very, very popular in this country. I mean, because healthcare in this country is just way too expensive. And the other thing that I found out about, now I'm not sure if this is exactly correct, but everybody's noticed how all the hospitals are changing names all the time. Like, well, anyway, what's going on there is that the hospitals are being bought out by Wall Street. Yeah, I said that. The hospitals are being bought out by Wall Street. They're becoming corporations. Wall Street is doing to hospitals what Wall Street did to the housing industry back before the 2008-2009 Great Recession. Wall Street was buying up mortgages, okay? They're buying up mortgages, and they started trading these on the stock exchange. And I've got a paper that I wrote some years ago about that. And at that time, they were getting people into home loans that they knew couldn't afford those payments. And they were also getting people into adjustable rate mortgages, which means your interest rate is going to change. It's going to adjust. It's going to get bigger. And the next thing you know, you've got a balloon payment that comes due. And knowing full well that these people are going to lose their houses. And that is exactly what happened. They lost their houses. And they're doing it again. Because now, instead of buying up mortgages and trading those on the stock exchange, what they're doing is they're buying up entire neighborhoods. Entire neighborhoods. And they're not buying those houses to resell them. No, they're buying those houses to rent them. To rent them out to people, and the rents they're charging are astronomical. $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month. The average person really, honestly, cannot afford that. So basically what we have here is a country that is being bought up by billionaires. Okay? The American dream is, I don't know if it's dead, but it's definitely in a coma. So there is change that needs to happen. Incredibly huge change that needs to happen in this country. And it needs to happen now. Because the richest country in the world, and we have the biggest homeless population ever. And that, to me, is sad. There is no reason why people should be homeless in the richest country in the world. There is no reason why seniors should have to put off buying their life-saving medicines, to make okay, should I buy my medicine or should I buy food? Medicine or food? Well, food is kind of an immediate need. Medicine, it's an immediate need, but not as immediate. But honestly, this is ridiculous. We need serious change in this country. And, the other thing that I want people to think about, okay, hang on. What I want people to think about is the fact that there are less than 1,000 multi-millionaires in this country. It's like 948 or something like that. Less than 1,000 people who own more wealth than the rest of us. They have enough accumulated wealth that we would be happy as individuals if we had just like 1% of what they've got. I'm not a math person, so don't ask me to do the math. But even still, we have got these 900 and however many multi-millionaires, billionaires that are up here at the top, and they are dictating to the politicians, buying up the politicians, and telling them how you have to legislate to benefit me so I can keep all my money. Those people out there, who gives a shit? And that's what they're doing. You know, it's disgusting. It's sad. The other thing I want to bring up is the fact that less than 1,000 of those folks, less than 1,000, and there's 340 million of us. Okay, if we want a level playing field, and this is serious, we need to vote for it. We need to really pay attention and to vet who the candidates for public office are. We need to know how much money they have, what they're worth, what their own personal worth is. So that way we know where their interest lies. Because if they've got a ton of money, and if they've got an R in front of their name, then that right there should tell you that they don't give a rat's ass about any of us. They don't care. They will cut and gut every safety net program to the point that, well, if they had their way, they would get rid of them altogether. Okay? And we would be rubbing sticks together to keep our houses warm. So just when the midterms come along in November, and then when the presidential election comes up in 2028, think about that. Think about who these people are. Think about what they say. Think about what their platform is. If all they're doing is giving you lip service about transgender, okay? If all they're doing is trying to run on a culture war message, then we don't want those people in office because they don't have any inclination to help us out. So anyways, there's my rant for Wednesday night, almost Thursday morning. And hopefully you found some value in what I ranted about. If you did, great. If you didn't, I'll get better, hopefully. And so, do me a favor, like and subscribe. I would say comment, but apparently my comment section is turned off, so I have to talk to my Gen Z kid to see how to get that turned on. So anyways, when that happens, then you can comment. But until then, just like and subscribe. Oh, and the last thing, the most important thing, y'all take care of yourselves wherever you are. Have a good night.